Okay, so we fill all this out. Now we're going to come back and we're going to do the output. And we already know the candy output, right? Do we get candy at the end of state 0? Where's the only place we're going to get candy? Down here, right? When we come out of state 2, that's the only place we get candy. So we can kind of go down here. Up here, we don't get any candy. Here, it's waiting on a nickel, so we don't get candy here. State 2 was where it dispensed. State 2 was where we did dispense the candy, so that's the only place we get candy. And then what did we say about state 3? It's not used, so we're just going to go through and put X's on state 3 because it was not even used. Okay, so we're going to have, on the first one, if our Q's are 0, our outputs are going to be 0. So what the D1 and D0 is this is showing us the new state that we're moving to when this thing happens. So we kind of have to look back at our diagram we did earlier. So if we're here, we don't put any nickels and we don't put any dimes. That's where we just come right back to state 0. That's why it's 0 here, right? Now, on the next one, the next line, we're at state 0 and we put in a nickel. So if I'm on here, I'm sitting here and I put in a nickel, what do? I go to state 1, which state 1 is 0, 1. So my output over here is that I go to 0, 1. Okay, my next one, I'm sitting at state 0, and this time we put in a dime. If I'm sitting at state 0, and I put in a dime, what happens? Go to state 2, and state 2 is 1, 0. And if I'm sitting at state 0, and I put in a nickel and a dime, where do I go? State 2 still. Thank you for contributing an extra nickel to us. We're very happy with that, but we're not giving you change. So you still go here. That makes sense what this is telling us? So this is the state we're going to go to if each of these things happen. Well, if we put in a dime, it still goes to this point and dispenses the candy after the first one. All right. So now we're sitting here at state 1. If I don't put in a nickel and I don't put in a dime, what happens? I stay here. So no nickel, no dime. What are these? 0, 1, because I didn't change. I stayed right there. If I'm sitting at state 1 and I put in a nickel, I go to this one, 1, 0. If I'm sitting at state 1 and I put in a dime, I go to state 2, 1, 0. If I'm sitting at state 1 and it's a little whole handful of change, so they stick in a nickel and a dime, what happens? Still go to state 2. Our machine's not smart enough to give us any change back. Okay? Make sense what we're doing? All right. All right, now we're sitting at state 2. If I don't put in any money, what happens? It goes to state 0. What happens if I put in a nickel? What happens? No, if I'm sitting here, where's the only place it goes from here? State 0. If it's in this kind of reset stage here, it's dispensing the candy out. If I stick money in at that point, does it make any difference? No, it doesn't make any difference. That's why we said it doesn't make any difference over here what my nickels and dimes are. At this point, it's like dispensing, like the mechanism is dispensing the candy, and it's not going to do anything different. It always goes to state 0. So, what are all these? Zeros. And if we're going to just fill out the rest of our table, what are all these at the bottom? X's, because we don't even use this one. Okay, that was step 4 on our handout. And now we're going to do step 5. Can you remember K-maps? I hear some yeses. That's step 5. Yay! Okay. So I'm going to do like the first one with you, and then you're going to do the other ones on your own. All right.